It's 7:30. I think I'm actually on time for once. And that means it's live time. So, what are you up to? What are you doing? I've just been at work all week. In fact, the only thing I did at the weekend, car-wise, was I sold some Fox Mustang bits to a chap from down south, who then messaged me on Monday and said, "Oh, I fitted them. They're all great and everything works now." Bloody hell, that was quick. So, other than that, not a lot doing. I've been to work and back all bloody week. Oh yes, I don't know if your area is the same as mine. Hello Nick, you alright matey? In as much as the roadworks are plentiful, and round my way they're very, very hard at work, turning the roads from impassable into merely unacceptable. So, bless them. Hello Graham, how are you doing matey? Everything good? So, what did everybody get up to the weekend? I know it was, hello Biff. I know it was Melbourne, which, yeah, looked a trifle soggy, but I believe the events ran to conclusion, which is cool. I'm off to Bug Jam tomorrow, with a wee bit of luck. So I'm at work in the morning, come home, shit shower and shave, and off I go. Now, I can save even more time there because I'm not going to shave. And last time I tried, I thought I'd save even more time by having a shit in the shower. But it takes ages to push it down the plug hole with your toe. So, yeah, I'll not do that. So, what else is new? Not a fat lot. However, I have finally sort of almost got my shizzle together with this meeting for October. And here it is. Kenny's Bar reunion. Oh, look, it appears to play it back to front as normal. Happy days. So, yes, this is happening this October. As you can see, back to front, it's the 21st of October. It's Kenny's Bar reunion, and it's for anybody who remembers the bar at Shaky County Raceway. Kenny's Bar was a luxurious establishment, you know, wall-to-wall carpeting and luxurious wall hangings. This isn't true, actually. It was generally wall-to-wall sawdust, and the only hangings were people hanging from the rafters after a few beers, and often with their trousers down. Very strange. But, yes, it was many a jolly good evening was spent in Kenny's Bar. And it didn't matter, it could have been a bloody awful day. I mean, I've had some wonderful days at Shaky County, you know, I've been countless brilliant days racing, but there's also been days where you've been huddled in your tent or your caravan while the rain whipped horizontally across the campsite. However, the evenings were spent in Kenny's Bar, and jolly good fun they were too. So, thinking it's been now... Damn, hold on, 19, 21, 22, 20, 22, 6 years. Damn. So, yeah, it's been a long time since Kenny's Bar shut, and I really miss the place, so I thought, let's have an event where, you know, like-minded people can get together, chit-chat, and, you know, reminisce about old times, and then get battered. All the while, yes, so there's a little, it's this little working men's club not far from me, and I was thinking of where I could hold an event like this, and I visited a couple of places near me, and then I went to this place and I thought, this is about the size of Kenny's Bar. It's about the right size. I like that. And yes, there are. I'll be back to you on. In fact, if you look on the Hot Rod Gazette page. Oh, how does the automotive punks who the automotive skinheads, goths, hippies and hipsters? Oh God, that's a really open one. Hello Ian, how you doing mate? May have to come back to that. But the yeah, like I say, it's about the size of Kenny's Bar. And I said, you know, we can do a little, maybe sort of like a little charity raffle or something like that. And the guy who run the place says, yes, you know, we'd appreciate that for our chosen charity. And I said, who's that then? He says, the air ambulance. Tick. Right, I can get with that. And then I went outside. They don't do food on site. And outside, immediately outside the front door, is this burger van called the Pit Stop. Sold. Right, okay. So yes, it's this little place near me, and it's 21st of October, and it should be a really good evening. There's DJ, there's a live rock band, and I'm hoping that, yes, it should be a really, really fun evening. There are hotels nearby. Like I say, if you look on the Hot Rod Gazette group, not the page, but the Hot Rod Gazette group on Facebook, under events, it's listed under events. It's only been there for about an hour, excuse me. And there will be posts about it appearing around 9 o'clock. And I put it on, they will come. Yes. The event, yeah. No, he's not talking about your rubber outfit, mate. Put that on, nobody will come. In every sense of the word. So, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, it'd be nice to get together with a bunch of people that we used to get clattered with and get clattered with them. And it would be very, very nice to see you all there. So, that's the script. The only reason I've delayed it this long is because I haven't done the PayPal thing yet. I really need to sort that out. So, like I say, I assume you're seeing this back to front, damn it, of course. But here, where my filthy fingernail is pointing, is the email address. It's dave@theHotRodGazette.com. And if you fancy a bit of it, bung me an email with your sort of name and address, how many tickets you want. And when I've figured out how to do it, I'll send you a PayPal invoice. Crikey, Riley, it's there you go. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that should be a riot. Hopefully not actually a riot. I also have to try and persuade it is the right way around. Oh, Minter. It isn't to me. So there you go, right at the bottom there. Focus, damn you. Email dave@theHotRodGazette.com, or there's a phone number. Although, don't phone it or anything right now because I'm using it. And yeah, we'll try and get some things sorted. Because having spent a whole year, you know, going to hot rod shows and drag races and this, that and the other, and sitting in a field and getting clattered, it'd be nice to sit in a building and get clattered. And on that note, yes, tomorrow afternoon I am off to Bug Jam. Can't say it's my favourite event. I mean, I'm not massive into Volkswagens. I'm not anti-Volkswagen or anything. It's just that this event, you do see some spectacular cars there. But it's like I say, the whole Carl Cox thing bugs me. Because Santa Pod announced Carl Cox is going to be at... hello, Ken. How you doing, mate? Carl Cox is going to be at Bug Jam. And there's me and about 3 other people going, oh, brilliant, he's brought his Pro Mod. Maybe we'll see some 5-second door slammer action, woohoo, with UK Pro Mods. But no, most people going to the event are going, oh, great, on Friday night he's going to play some records. Pro Mods, damn you all. But, yeah, there we go. It is an oddball event. Hey-ho, as long as everybody enjoys it. Yes, and because I clocked that video and I was at work, so I was watching it on silent and all this, that and the other. And the doors of that container opened and I thought, that's Mark Sheridan's Cuda. And then they started bringing it out and I thought, oh, no, it's not. But I would really, really love to get a picture of the two together. Carl Cox's and Mark Sheridan's Cuda. Yes, Carl Cox has a Pro Mod, a 71 Cuda. And jolly handsome it is too. Is he another expat who's gone to Oz? because you may guess from my overall demeanour, I have no idea who Carl Cox is. And everybody goes, "Oh, is this superstar DJ?" Ah, right. Well, that whole scene passed me by wholesale. So yeah, I don't know who he is, which sounds damn rude. He has a few pro mods. That's it. Yes, Carl Cox Motorsport. Somebody posted up some pictures of one of the cars he had when he went to Australia. It looked like a Mark 1 Capri. Not a pro mod. And yeah, hats off to the fella. I mean, apparently the guy made a shed load of money as a DJ and spent it all on cars, which I can totally get alongside that. Oh, he does have a Mark 1 Capri. Okay, cool. So there you go. If you want to field your own stable of pro mods, be a superstar DJ. I fear I may have left it a bit late for that. And yeah, I can't find me records anyway. And yeah, I'll be more like the DJ who played the disco in Father Ted. Yes, we'll have Ghost Town again. Charity auction be on the lines of a tat auction. Bringing tat. I hadn't really thought it that far through. Like I say, I was thinking of, excuse me, a raffle. However, it could be an auction, couldn't it? Aussie Dragon Drive recently in a Mustang. Oh, cool. Good man, good man. So yes, the auction. So if actually no, I don't think it'll be an auction. I think it will be a raffle because, or sort of like a tombola or that sort of thing. Because, like I say, if there's going to be a DJ there and a band on, we've only got the room for like 5 hours or so. I don't want to stop things and have me yakking into a microphone and generally ruining the atmos. Don't do the other thing that some ex-pro mod owners did to fund it. Well, quite. But you say ex-pro mod owners, they were pro mod owners right up until the minute that, yes, Her Majesty's Customs came knocking on the door, I think. John Marks, drummer of the Buzzcocks, has been building and drag racing fast Beatles for 30 years. Oh, there you go. That's cool. In fact, there seems to be a bit of a thing with drummers and hot rods and stuff. Most of the people I know are into American cars and hot rods who used to be in the music, or possibly still are in the music scene, play drums. John Timpson, the guy with that beautiful, beautiful Riviera, he lives up in the northwest. I know he's an ex-drummer. And, yeah, the guy who plays drums for Woodburnt Red, who played at the Pro ET pits a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure he was just something to do with Shaky, I think. Anyway, there you go. It's odd that there are a correlation between people who build cars and people who hit things with sticks. There's, yeah, quite a big crossover in that Venn diagram. My first drag car experience was a Marbug Clockwork Orange. Oh, right, okay. Oh, that's cool. Hey, there you go. So, actually, you might be there this weekend then. Hey, oh, God. There may be sneezing in a minute, for which I apologise in advance. But, there you go. So I'll have to keep my eyes out for him. Clockwork Orange, that does ring a bell. It certainly seems like a while since I saw that. He lives up in Scotland. Ah, right, okay. Oh, sorry, who? Mr. Marr or the Clockwork Orange? But yeah, it'd be, like I say, if he's going to turn up anywhere, I'd be surprised if he didn't turn up at Bug Jam. Because, of course, that's one of the there's not many drag classes running at Bug Jam. Like I said, there's the Pro Mods, the Volkswagen classes. And, hello, Andy, how you doing? My friend's bandmates in his old band drove a Volkswagen with a Porsche engine. That's cool. Ah, Miss Marr, I was trying to find out about the car, as it may not be around anymore. Oh, no. That's weird, because generally, unless they're written off in racing accidents, they generally have a fairly sort of long, visible life. But so I hope that's not the case. So yes, Bug Jam, it's Tar mostly. Okay, that's good to hear. And okay, Ken. Right. Well, that would account for it, wouldn't it? Well, the racing at Bug, like I say, that's one thing that sort of rubs me up the wrong way about Bug Jam, is that most people there seems that they couldn't really give two shits about the drag racing. And I'm thinking, you've come to Santa Pod, the home of drag racing in Britain, really, and possibly the best track, well, arguably the best track in Europe, and you don't care. Smarting a bit from a 2-hour hockey match last night. I take it that's not a vile euphemism for something. And yes, you were pucking me. I went many years ago with some friends. I think. Oh yeah, it's fun. And like I say, you see some amazing cars there. But yeah, it's just most of the people they'd have been quite happy if the event was held in, well, any big patch of grass, as long as there was some bumtish going on. And no, there's stop looking at all that dance music crap. There's pro mods over here. Come on. But there you go. In vehicular news, the Ransoms #2 seems not to have spark at the Disney. Oh, I assume it's a points thing. That should be fairly simple to boil down, shouldn't it? Mike Ness, Social Distortion, has a 36 Ford Coupe and a 54 Chevy Custom. Ah, that is quite groovy, yes. Same as a USC event. No, yeah, that's another one that doesn't appeal to me at all. And I mean, I think that's as well because the cars are there. I'm damn sure I could find some things that would float me boat. But the majority of it is sort of, when it's the sort of stuff that, you know, you got your Herberts here late at night going, bouncing it off the limiter and going pop, 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 pop on the overrun. No. That said, I'm damn sure there are some really, really finely engineered cars there. But I ain't going to find out. Sorry. Hey, however, if it's a big event and it gets lots of bodies through the door at Santa Pod, then happy days. It's Shitey Magneto. Solution is a Rover Mini Coil and Leads. Happy days, yes. I did the Vauxhall show last year when I had the show VXR Zafira. Was so boring hanging with you guys with way more power is more fun. We talk a better class of shite. I will proudly state that. When it comes to standing around talking cack, there's none finer. So yeah, and I suspect that'll be a large proportion of this weekend will involve standing around talking cack. In fact, I don't even know what is going on. There's one thing that I heard about that I never found the last time I went, which was there's a stand-up comedy tent, or some venue or other for stand-up comedy, and I'm thinking that could well be worth a stroll along to, but I don't know where it is. I shall find it. In other news, if you look at the entry list, and which I haven't, fortunately James told me about this. Joe Stevens, who has the Sunbeam Stiletto, and you might remember a couple of meetings ago he brought it out for the first time, I think, was it? And I think he's putting down some serious runs, and he went out in Q1 and rolled it. And he'll try and drive the Ransoms #1. All brakes, hair trigger, rear steering, and a diesel motor that is a. Are we supposed to insert a noun here? Yeah, anyway, he's down to reappear at Bug Jam in a completely different car. Have a look, see if you can spot it, see if you remember it. That is either all on or all off. Ah, I see, a binary diesel. Fantastic. So yeah, if that happens, it'd be damn good to see him. Another person who should be turning up is Al Mack, who last week was driving the Volvo in Swedish Street Week. Has Ash Cooper got his transit sorted yet? I believe not. as I believe this weekend he's actually crewing for Joe. So there, most hair-raising 5-mile-an-hour drive of my life. Oh boy, you're going to be like one of those psycho mobility scooter people. Anyway. Yeah, so Al Mac last week was competing in Swedish Street Week, and I believe, did he come like 7th or 8th overall? And like I say, the guy who won overall was the same guy who won Sick Week a few months ago. Same engine, am I right? As not the same car, but the same motor. I could be inventing that. I don't know, I hope it's damaged. Well, no, it apparently has done quite a bit of damage, and he doesn't have a bottomless bank account into which to dip. So yeah, good old Al went out and competed, and in fact it was you, Ken, who shared a link to Dragon Drive Addiction, where they were saying he may well be the first competitor to enter Dragon Drives on 3 continents. And I thought, I'm not sure as Britain and Scandinavia actually qualify as different continents. However, it's still a right bloody achievement. Westberg, same engine, different car. That's it. Al came 8th in his class. Top 15 overall. Okay, right, okay. Results page for Street Week, Sweden doesn't, well, bugger. S10 in 6 summer. That's it. So, 6 summer? Hold on, I may have skipped a step here. Because, yeah, right, okay. So you drove the S10 in Sick Week. That's it. And the engine, which was built by Mr. Rossi, was it? Is now in his Camaro, which is just won Swedish Street Week in. Dreadful grammar, cool story. So that's it, Stefan Rossi, that's it. There's a good Welsh name for you. And yeah, and then Al came sort of like 8th place overall in that. Oh, sorry, 8th place in that class. And I'm thinking, that's some bloody good going. You've got to appreciate. 409. Bloody hell. 409 in the 8th. That's crazy. I mean, I'd have been delighted with double that at Melbourne, and that's bonkers. 6 summer in summer. Yes. They didn't go on a long mental journey to come up with that name, did they? But yes, Sick Week in February and 6. And when's Death Week? Because I think if we, yeah, I know, I was taking the piss. I'm happy with my 6. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, because we thought we were hot. We thought we were was it sweating like Hugh Edwards when his phone goes ping, on Street Weekend UK, and those guys are going through Death Valley. So, yeah, after the Kenny's Bar. Yes. Al messaged me saying he has the wrong tyres with him, but had a good week. Death Week. Oh, it's the end of October now. I thought it was like the height of summer. But I'm sure it's still quite toasty, whatever time of year you go there. Oh, right, I had the wrong tyres with him. Because I thought he'd taken quite a couple of sets, because, yeah, right after the last meeting, the Summer Nationals, he loaded everything into his van and trailer and went from Santa Pod to the docks. It's a tedious noise, there's an alarm going off. Yeah, so full marks to him. That's somebody else who's going to be there this weekend. What else is going on? I think there's a fairly decent field for Bug Jam, for Street Eliminator. I think there's like 11 cars, something like that. Either way, great stuff. I'm really glad to see it. And oh, Rob Carter's going to be there with the Passat, and his Mrs.'s Passat. I was quick as 5:23. Wow, that really isn't fecking around at all, is it? Anyway, so Rob Carter with the Passat will be there, and his missus has her Passat, which is called Penelope, I think. I think his Rob's is called Percy, his missus is called Penelope or something. Except, I believe it's and it runs in Volkswagen VW Sportsman. I think yes, VW Sportsman. Except this meeting, I believe it's going to be the daughter Olivia who's driving. I think that's right. So, best of luck to you. This driving Penelope, sorry, which is the 1.8 turbo engine, Audi engine, 75, 76 Passat. So, best of luck to Olivia. That should be took it in at the deep end. If you're going to race a Volkswagen for the first time ever, do it in front of thousands of Volkswagen fans, thousands and thousands of them, because it's a big event. Hey ho, there we go. So, what else is occurring? I'm not sure what else is going on at all. Like I say, I've had my head up my chuff just getting through this week. It's been it's been one of those. You know, some days you wake up and you go to work and you think, right, I'm glad I've got a job that, you know, keeps a roof over my head and provides for me and the family and lets me, you know, funds me doing my hobbies and this, that and the other, and life is good. And other days you wake up and you spend the whole damn day questioning every fecking life choice that has led to you being a slave to this bleeding, soul-sucking cesspit of despair. Well, yes, the latter has been me this week. I think it's all down to having to get up really early in the morning. The Fiesta is done. I say done. It still needs an MOT. Oh, another thing I did at the weekend was I put the rebuilt gear lever arrangement back in the Chrysler. Unfortunately, whilst I now am able to select gears at will, I've still got more lights on the bloody dashboard than Blackpool front. And I really don't know what any of them mean. So I'm going to have, I could do with finding somebody nearby who has a diagnostic thing to plug in. However, I've also been told that a lot of these Chryslers are bloody obstreperous when it comes to having their codes read. And because they're a sort of a Mercedes stroke Chrysler hybrid ECU, I'd say hybrid, it's more like mixed race ECU, they don't like being read. And even the best snap-on Solus type gubbins can't read them. And if you plug a cheap Chinese, you know, code reader in there, it'll say the same thing, which is, oh, it's your throttle position sensor. And apparently, there's a whole ream of faults that when you plug a shonky code reader in, it defaults to say, oh, it's your TPS. So, there we go. The Volkswagen Canada. Toyota Yaris engine. If I was going to go to the trouble of an engine swap, it wouldn't be for a Toyota Yaris engine. Unless it's one of that bloody hyperactive little fecker that they've not long come out with. The one that's basically a World Rally car for the road. But, yeah, that's not where I'd have gone. But, hey-ho, it's his car, he can do what he wants to it. Most of it's Merc. Yes, I know. Merc, who also don't like non-Mercedes people tampering with their cars. And when I say tampering, I mean attempting to work on them. So, yeah, I have 3 lights on the dash that are all to do with, well, one's traction control, one's electronic suspension or something, one's something else. And when the three come on together, it means there's an ABS sensor fault. But it doesn't tell you which ABS sensors, so you have to work through them. And they're not trigger wheels or anything like that. They're tone rings. And they go rusty. So you park your car up, leave it sitting around for a little while. These things go rusty in the hubs. And if they go a little bit rusty, then the reader, the sensor won't read them. And if they go properly rusty, then they sort of swell up and crack. So we don't have to get proper diagnostics on my Iveco despite. No, they don't want you to work on your own bloody cars. This is the thing. And the only way you can do it is to buy some frighteningly expensive software. And even then, like I said, with the snap-on solars thing, it doesn't always work. And sometimes the only thing that will work is the software from the dealership. And bear in mind that this, the one I've got is I think they started selling them in 2005. Mine's an 2007. And they stopped a couple of years ago with the facelift. The facelifted 300C. Chrysler just finished. Jeeps still go on. Jeep dealerships don't want to work on your Chrysler. And the only way you can get your codes read apparently infallibly properly is with the ex-dealership software, which of course is now quite old, and a lot of modern computers won't run it. So, the future's bright. And car manufacturers make cars that are easy to work because they don't want you to. They want you to go back to the dealership and pay them £150 an hour to work on the car that they've already had your trousers down to buy or lease in the first place. In fact, I think it's true to say that by and large dealerships don't make a fat lot on the sale of the car. They make most of their money on the servicing and after sales. I know a guy who's a Merc Chrysler Pro with the tools, but down south. My Jeep dealer do, A good to you. My Jeep dealer do because of him. I'm sorry, I don't get that. But, no profit in sales. Yeah, this is it. So, and I mean, I think it was Mercedes, in fact, that a few years ago tried to get a law passed that only Mercedes franchise dealers could work on Mercedes cars. So that if you had a problem with your Mercedes, any problem, you could not take it to an independent garage or a non-franchise dealership. You had to go to your Mercedes dealership. Unfortunately, Brussels threw it out. God bless Brussels. Just citing basically, I think they also wanted to apply it retrospectively, so that my Mercedes out there, which cost me, what was it, £800, I think, 18 months ago. If I had a problem with that, I would have had to have taken it to a Mercedes dealership and paid them £150 an hour to do anything. But there we go. Dealer touch Chrysler, but only because they have John. Your Jeep dealer. Understand? Right. Sorry, Ken. Thank you. Yeah, like I say, the Jeep dealerships don't seem to want to bother with Chryslers in general. There is one guy who I happened across on one of the Chrysler 300 Facebook groups. And his gig seems to be touring around the country with this old software and visiting, he'll come to your house and read all your codes and whatnot and tell you what needs doing. And you'll say, I'm in such an area this week, I'm in such an area next week. If you want me to visit, drop me a line. That's quite a nice gig to have, I think. There we go. And I think he's from down south. And no, I can't remember his name. So, yes, I need to get that lot sorted. Oh, and there's another mystery light. Oh, the engine management light's on, of course. And here's a good one. You fire the engine. Like I say, it's been sat there for it's been sat around for about 2 or 3 years. And that means that the diesel in the tank is 2 or 3 years old. And you fire it up and it idles like absolute balls for about 30 seconds, will not rev above 600 revs. And if you put your foot on the throttle, it almost dies. And it goes cough, splutter, splutter, cough, blub, blub, blub. So you just tickle the throttle, tickle it again, and keep on gradually tickling it, and eventually it'll sort of cough, and then idle beautifully at 800 revs. And then blink, there's a little red light comes on the dash, and I don't know what it means. Fuel tech it. Damned if I'm fuel teching an old diesel. The fact that the fuel tech would cost me, the basic kit would cost me 3 times what I paid for the car. And what would I do with it if I had it? The metaphorical engine management light would still be on. So there you go, the joys of owning new cars. And yeah, I suspect that after that sort of the point at which the freedom to work on your own car started being taken away from you. And like I say, if it was up to like some Mercedes, you wouldn't be able to open your own damn bonnet without an approved Mercedes mechanic either doing it for you or stood next to you while you filled up your washer fluid. Diesel stuff from fuel pump basic. This is the thing, if you go on the owners groups, you just read all about all these people having problems with their cars, and you think, oh my God, they're an absolute nightmare. No, it's just that they only bother posting on the forum when they've got a problem. So that's why the problems is all you see. Occasionally with somebody say, oh, I polished my car today, or oh, it was today, or a bin wagon reversed into my car. But that's one thing. When I bought this Chrysler, it was the cheapest 300C I'd seen in a long time. I had a look today, there are dozens of them at the same price. I think 300Cs, just after I bought mine, 300Cs have just hit the bottom of the trough. So if you've ever fancied a 300C diesel, I'd say now is the time to buy, because I suspect they're as cheap as they're ever going to be. I saw a Touring, an estate, for 800 quid, and it looked in really good order. It pissed me off because I really wanted an estate. And oh, here's another thing. I bought the 300C because I thought it'll tow. It'd be a good tow car. They will tow up to 2 tons. Can't find a tow bar. And then there's the wiring issue, because, you know, put away your pliers and your scotch locks, matey boy. It's fecking CAN bus. I'd never even thought of that. So even if I could find a tow bar, I wouldn't be able to wire it in. But there we go. That's my own silly fault. However, like I say, I've hardly delved into that car at all. And the first thing I've got to do is the Fiesta needs putting through an MOT. So I believe it's done now. All the work is finally done. It's only taken 18 months. And now it's ready for its MOT. So if I put that in and it passes, my God, hold on. If I was to put that in and it passes, I will have 4 vehicles currently MOT'd. Jesus wept. But I'm also suspecting that unpaid intern 1 may wish to learn to drive fairly soon. He currently has a motorbike. He passed his CBT a couple of months ago, and he's been going to work on his 125 and loving it. I'm just wondering how much he'll love it when there's fecking ice on the road and fog so thick you could put a coat of paint on it. However, he may well enjoy it then as well, I don't know. But I'm thinking, yeah, that's definitely this. I'd rather he was in a bloody car, even if he wouldn't. So there we go. But yeah, that's kind of the purpose of the Festa. Hey, there we go. So you now know all of my news, all my tedious bum nuts. So if you have anything to add, please bloody do. In the meantime, while you're thinking about it, I will remind you about the Kenny's Bar reunion. And like I say, I shall be posting about this at about 9 o'clock, I think. So you may see it then. Then I shall have to actually extract a digit and set up the PayPal jobby. Oh, damn it, is there anything else to tell you? No, there isn't. God. So yes, this weekend, like I say, I'm off to Pug Jam. I know there's a couple of half-decent events. There's the old Carrot Town thing going on. There's the long name, and I keep forgetting, the National Hot Rod and Customs Show, alongside the Modified Nationals. There's quite a few shows bundled together. There's a whole sort of tattoo festival going on as well. Oh crikey, I don't care for tattoos at all. But yeah, it's quite a big do. That is going on at Lincoln Showground. That's the show that started off at Peterborough, then moved to Stoneleigh for a little while. Then I can't remember if it went back to Peterborough and now it's at Lincoln. Anyway, big show. Plenty to see. I think that's also where they do a kind of a Best in Britain type thing. So yeah, definitely some good stuff to see, indoors and out. Why don't you get a reminder when the MOT's up on one of the... I don't know. I think there is an option to have that. I mean, you can always set one. I'm sure these phones are clever enough to go bing, your MOT's about to expire on any given date if you have Google Calendar or some such toffee. It came to the UK, looked to have broken on day. Oh, balls. Oh, that was Linus and Peter? That's a shame. Well, what did they break? So anyway, yeah, I'm sure you can set up your own reminder, but it's not like tax. It's not like the government are going to say, come on, pay up. It's an MOT. That's your worry. Gearbox, oh, balls. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, well. I'm sure they'll have it sorted very, very soon. So, yeah, it would be good if you had reminders, but... And, yeah, I'm just thinking that I need to get an MOT on the Fiesta. Then I need to get an MOT on the Chrysler, which may be a tall order, because then the following month, the MOT on the van runs out. In September, the MOT on the van runs out. And I've still yet to attend to any of the advisories they gave me last year. So it still has very, very interesting brakes. As in, you're unlikely to nod off if there's a chance that, you know, falling asleep at the wheel is a tall order in that van. And so I think it's a boon to road safety. Because, yeah, like I say, it's bloody noisy and, I mean, horrifyingly noisy and really uncomfortable. And then when you do need to use the brakes, they're never quite as keen as you wish they were. In fact, I don't need a Smokey Unix said this. He says you don't need a seatbelt. You just fit the ball off a tow hitch to the base of the driver's seat. And yes, when danger arises, the driver will bite down on it so hard that yeah, he won't need a seatbelt. Sweden next year, it would be lovely. Yeah. Does it coincide? I don't even know if they're still running the Power Big Meat, run by Swedish Power magazine. Because yeah, couple it with that, and you've got a right motoring holiday going on. And yeah, that would be pretty wild. Do they have a sort of a sick ward thing for followers and hangers on and spectators? Because yeah, I'd kind of be keen for that. But there we go. I'd also like to do Sick Week. I'd like to do Drag Week, although Drag Week, well, not to say do it, I mean as a spectator, But even being a spectator sounds like bloody hard work. I fancy most of the Swedish ladies now. All right, okay. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I think that that could be a good group trip. Charter a minibus, rent a minibus. We'll all bugger off to Sweden and follow Swedish Street Week. Yeah. And then charter an old Greyhound bus and follow Sick Week. Was there a time when you didn't, and why? Ah, dear. Such a crazy range of kind of V10 Volvo. Yes. I know. It's bonkers. Put the seats back in my... Yeah, that's right. Well, let's face it, your bus is used to carrying a load of old window lickers. So I reckon this lot should feel right at home. In fact, I can imagine Nick in the back going, "This window tastes familiar. I think I've been in here before." Oh dear. Yes, but that would be riotous. And take the Cortina. Oh yeah, that's it. Go on then. I'll drive the bus. You can drive the Cortina. And it'd be like, do you ever see Convoy, where you got, your rubber duck driving the big truck, and then you got that minibus full of hippies singing hymns, following him around? It'd be like that, except instead of singing hymns, we'd just be hanging our bare asses out the windows. And yes, generally acting as fine ambassadors for Great Britain. Lordy Riley. Yeah, it would be a laugh. I think my 6 numbers would need to come up first, or at least 5 numbers. I mean, I'm not greedy. But yes, if they do, there'll be a lot of changes around here. And yes, more drag and drive type events should be attended. I've also, like I say, I've been penciling down an idea for a sort of street week for about 18 months now. And every so often I'll be at work and I'll be, well, oh, I've just had a really good idea, and look around for something to write on. I'm holding a MIG torch and I'm wearing really big clumsy gloves. I'll remember it. No, I won't. Honestly, Jesus Christ, why do I lie to myself by saying, "Oh, you'll remember that"? Yeah, what a tit. I should know better by now. But yes, again, that's unlikely to happen unless I suddenly have a life-changing windfall. Not like Isaac Newton, but like money-wise. There we go. So, well, quite, yes. And you see, this is where I have my really good ideas. However, they may well come to absolutely jack. But in the meantime, if you have any more to chip in, if you want to tell me what you're doing with your cars or anything like that, please do so fairly soon. Well, right now, in fact, because otherwise I shall wind this up. Because I get a lion in the morning. Yes, I get to, my alarm tomorrow doesn't go off till 4 a.m. So yes, being up and driving to work while the sparrows are still yawning and scratching themselves. Yeah, the novelty of that's worn right off. But it does mean that I actually get to see some very beautiful sunrises. And from this side, not from the other side. Not from falling out of Kenny's bar and going, "Oh, bugger, the sun's coming up." At least now I'll be able to find me tent and still finding the wrong tent. No. But yes, after that, we have some car working time. And like I say, I shall, with a bit of luck, be heading podwards tomorrow afternoon, which I'm muchly looking forward to. So, oh, I was thinking pod to Devon and drive day to Crail, from Devon to Crail. That would be hard work. Yeah. I'm sure I've asked this before and I can't remember the answer. Is Crail a permanent drag strip? Because it's not like, I know Devon is an airfield. Devon, so Dakota and Spitfire are both working airfields, aren't they? Is Crail a permanent strip or is it a co-opted bit of runway? I know Melbourne's a permanent, well, the bit that is Melbourne Raceway is a permanent strip, isn't it? Not the bit to one side, which is feckin' Mintex's. There's a cooperation opportunity that's not quite working as well as it needs to. It's the best Volkswagen drag car in the country. Well, brand loyalty makes me say it's got to be Rob Carter's Passat, but there's precious little of that was made by Volkswagen. Shorter than Drag Week Drive or Rocky Mountain Race Week. Yeah, fair enough. I'll have that. Yes. But good call. Yes. Mental break. Wayne Allman's Mental Breakdown, which is sort of like the front half of an old Volkswagen split window bus. It basically looks like the unholy alliance of a Top Fuel dragster and a Volkswagen hippie bus. And it is cool. It's the business. There's also Nitro Bug, which, oh God. In fact, I think that'll be out this weekend. Nitro Bug, which, yeah, as the name kind of implies, it's got a nitro motor in it, nitromethane. What else? Richie Webb. Now, there's a man. He's shipped that out to Drag Week once or twice. And it's, if I remember rightly, it's a lemon yellow Beetle convertible. And it's one of those, but now, your convertible hood folds down beautifully and out of sight, sometimes with the tonneau covering. No, this one's like a Silver Cross pram, where the roof sort of folds into this great big bulky ass bloody lump behind the back seat. No, there's two cars. Oh. Well, I remember, like I say, that sort of primrose yellow convertible, using its back bumper as a wheelie bar many, many times. So what's he got now then? Or as well as. Okay. Does anybody remember Black Currant? That was an electric Beetle that was an electric Beetle before electric was cool. Okay, so the lemon yellow one is now in the US full time. Okay, oh, hold on. So he's not emigrated or anything then, has he? A tube chassis car that's slowly going full carbon fibre is here. Wow. That's going to be something a bit special then, isn't it? What other cool Volkswagens we got? There's one in the Gasser Circus. There's a Volkswagen Mark II Golf in the Gasser Circus. I'm sure it's in Gasser Circus, or is it? I may have imagined that. There's definitely a Mark II Golf Gasser floating around. Looking to, but they're staying in the UK now. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, you've puzzled me now with your what's the best Volkswagen? What's that wind splitter thing? Which is just, it's like it's another Volkswagen bus, but it's a high top, and it It just looks like a Volkswagen, you know, T2 with a bloody big top hat thing on it. And it doesn't, obviously. It looks like it doubles the height of the van. It probably adds about 50% to it. And it's got like orange perspex windows, and it's painted some shocking brown. That's it. There you go. It's a Dragstalgia. So it wasn't in Gasser Circus, was it? I'm sure it was at Santa Pod the previous week in. It's probably in one of the Volkswagen classes, actually. The Second Coming truck. I don't know that one. But yeah, this wind splitter thing. It is like somebody has said. What's the least suitable vehicle for drag racing? It's got to be this high-top bus, which is literally, you know, Kevin Nix's garden shed. That is an aerodynamic marvel compared to this wind splitter thing. Was that Street Weekend in Volkswagen Pro? Yeah, there you go. So it probably was in Volkswagen Pro. Yeah, there you go. It was there, and I'm sure it was at the Summer Nationals as well, but for the life of me, I can't remember what class it was in. But, yeah, good stuff. In fact, was it? No, I think it was at that previous Bug Jam event I went to. There was one of them Brazilian SP2s. I've said Brazilian, and I know half of you are just thinking about the fanny topiary. No, it's the Beetle thing that was made in Brazil only. And I think, if you squint a lot, it looks like a really sporty version of a variant, a late variant. But I don't know what it actually is. Either way, it's cool. There we go. Right. I've yacked on for nearly an hour. So if anybody else has anything to chuck in, please do so. Right rapidly. And Oklahoma Willie too. I suppose it is a drag car, because can't be many other places it can use it. It's not like you can turn up at any other motor racing venue and go, can I run me jet engine here? You know, you wouldn't fancy it on a short oval or a hill climb or anything, would you? But there we go. Time for me to check out. Right, thank you very, very much, Nick. Good to have you along, and yeah, we shall see you soon, hopefully. Wait, what you next out at? Oh, it's only about 2 weeks till the next Melbourne, isn't it? Bentley Continental Gasser. Oh boy, that would be kind of cool. But you know, Bentley. I assume we're talking about an old Bentley Continental, not one of the current ones, because I don't think that'd work at all. But one of the old Bentley Continentals, I think, was sort of a proper bomb custom. Ooh, yeah, that'd work. Anyway, yes. So, yeah, if there's nothing else doing, I'm going to shoot through. Don't forget, Kenny's Reunion, for anybody who remembers the bar at Shaky County. On the off chance that your reader will pick that up, I doubt as it will. I'm not sure why. It looks a bit fuzzy, actually. I expect I've just got shite all over the lens on this. Top Gear did the off-road version. Yes, well, Top Gear had a lot of BBC money to burn. NSCC August 5th and 6th. So, yes, not this weekend, not the following weekend, but the weekend after, because the James Moore 9s, please. If you can shag some 9s out on the tyres he's got on, I shall... No, I can't show my arse to the timing tower. I've already done that. I shall have to do something else. But anyway, put it this way, I shall be quite surprised. Has anybody ever heard the verb to helicopter? Anyway, yes, right, no, that's not a picture you need. Certainly not even me, and I've just had my dinner. So there you go. If there's anything more to say, please, you have a few seconds to say it. Otherwise, I'm going to clear off. So whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you enjoy it. Stay safe, have a lot of fun, and yeah, if the weather allows you to. Thank you for coming along. I really do appreciate it. Next week, I might actually be able to be back here on the Thursday again. Woohoo! So there you go. And in the meantime, I shall see you all very soon. Thanks a lot and good night.